Hey, everybody. Happy Wednesday. We'll wait just a few minutes and give you all a chance to hop on with us. Here's one viewer. If you're joining us today, don't be shy. Tell us hello.
Hi, Christy.
Let us know where you're watching from and what your weather's like.
Yeah. How many of you have snow or ice?
All of the above here.
Mud. That's coming. A lot of it. Well, Christy. She's sweating. That must be hot.
I'm a little jealous.
Yes, and yes in Ohio. Yep. We have a little mixture of all of it, I think. The last couple of weeks have kind of been
supposed to be
just crazy.
Supposed to hit 50 degrees here next week, and we are very excited. But yeah, lots of mud in store, I'm sure.
It's 72.
Holy cow.
72. Meanwhile, Christy, the rest of us are just soggy.
That is true.
It is. Snowing, sleeting, raining.
Sounds like a good time to talk about some Dryshod boots.
Like this leads right in. We have the boot for you. We have a special guest with us today. We have Brad from Dryshod with us, and he's going to talk about the Dryshod boot and what makes them comfortable and functional all at the same time.
And if you have any questions, please don't be shy. Put them in the comments. Brad's here to answer all those. And we also want to take this time to tell you about a special giveaway we have going on right now. If you haven't already entered, enter our Dryshod boot bonanza. That is going on until January 31st. You have until the 31st to sign up. We're going to draw winners on February 1st. There will be 4 winners. We're going to give away 2 pair of women's Haymaker gusset boots and 2 pair of men's Haymaker gusset boots. So you don't want to miss that.
Yay.
The link should be in the comment there.
Yep.
There it is. All right. So go get signed up and don't delay on that one. And with that, Brad, we're going to turn it over to you. Welcome.
Welcome. Hello, everybody. I'm Brad Hahn. I'm with Dryshod Waterproof Footwear. We are the world's most wearable rubber boot. And I think today we're going to focus on what qualities and features do our boots bring to the table that make them more wearable, more comfortable, and a product that hopefully lasts longer than anything else you've purchased in the past. I know the weather across the United States, and then just looking to see where everybody's tuning in, it is a wet, sloppy mess out there. There's not a better time to put our product to a test than the conditions that everybody's faced with. So we're actually starting our 6th year of business. Me and my partners have been in the rubber neoprene game for 25 plus years. We feel like we design a very nice, durable boot. And so we're gonna start and focus around the Haymaker product. That is our best-selling SKU. With that SKU, we do it in a 16-inch tall. We do it in a 17.5-inch tall with an adjustable gusset. We do it in a 12-inch height We do it in a kid's version. We do it in a ladies version. Okay. Men's version, we do sizes 7 through 16. Women's, we do 6 through 11. Kids, we do children's sizes 10 through 13. Youth sizes 1 through 6. So what makes the Haymaker such a unique boot out there? It all starts with the rubber you have on the ground, and that is our signature outsole called the DS1 outsole. This sole is kind of an all-encompassing sole. It handles mud, it handles rocky terrain, it handles hard surfaces very well. It has lots of lugs to grip the ground. We have the big lugs on the side to help you in a mud situation. All the interior lugs here help with rocky terrain. If you look very closely, we have cone spikes. So as you bend your foot, it pushes the debris, the mud, anything collected in there out of the sole. The cleaner the sole is, the more grip to the ground you have. With the Haymaker, we also do a gum rubber. This is the rubber in its most natural form, so it grips the ground very well. It's a softer rubber compound. Other features, if you look real closely, there's actually debris on the bottom of that boot from folks trying it on at, I believe, a state fair or something. But anyways, so our sole has a couple other features. Built into the sole is a fancy heel kick in the back. That heel kick, when the boot is wet, it's soggy, it has manure all over it, it makes it very easy to kick the boot off. Okay. The other big feature of the outsole is we do an EVA midsole, which is a shock absorber ground. So it gives you a lot of cushion. It gives a lot of support. It actually acts as an insulator coming from the ground. We do a nice large toe bumper to protect your toe. It has a hardened toe for extra protection. The other thing that we do with that particular boot is we put a shank support in the boot. The shank will help keep your arch supported. The more supported your arch is, the more natural, the better feeling you're going to have when you put your foot in the product. Boots that don't have arch support, it feels like you're going barefoot on the ground. Okay. The other thing that we do is we build the inside of the boot up. You have your EVA midsole, you have your tuck board here, which gives that sole a lot of rigidity. And then we do a product on the inside of the boot called Air Mesh. Air Mesh is a breathable lining. And let's see if I have one. Okay, I'm going to hold this up nice and close so I can demonstrate this. So rubber neoprene, if you wear a rubber glove, your hand's going to sweat. Same thing with a rubber neoprene boot. So the Air Mesh is the orange liner that's on the inside of the boot. And if you notice, those have vertical fibers. So it creates an air path on the inside. So as your foot gets hot, it circulates the air. That's how you dry wet socks off and keep your foot at a more neutral temperature with some air flowing through the product. Neoprene does not breathe. All of our product has a nice tight ankle fit. So as you put your foot into the product, it's going to your heel is going to lock into place with the tightness in the back. So your heel isn't meant to move up and down when you're walking in the product. We do all natural rubber overlays. We have a higher rubber story, more protection. We also do a fancy coating on the neoprene. And I'm sure most of you can relate. Most neoprene boots, we're the only company that is using this product called Hydrocoat on the outside of the boot. So with most neoprene, water's going to soak in. If the water has contaminants, it will soak in. So you have a wet, soggy boot. You're carrying all that extra weight. It also will rot the seams out if the water has any contaminants. And then it also will pull the bond away from the boot. So once that peels away a little bit of water sits in there, it has a tendency that with gravity to get down and provide a leaky boot. So with our product is with that waterproof coating, it doesn't soak in. It's all dry. Okay. It's almost like a tent sealant. And again, we're the only rubber neoprene company that's doing that. We offer 3 different temperature ranges on our boots. The Haymaker is -20, comfortable up to 75 degrees. We do a lighter weight product in the Legend series, which Valley Vet stocks. It's more of a price point. It's a 10 below zero, comfortable up to 75 degrees. We also do an Arctic or an extreme cold weather product, which is 50 below. Most folks will ask, well, how do you accomplish the 50 below? What we do on the 50 below, from the ankle on down, there is 2.5 millimeters more insulation than our regular product. And it's lined with fleece. So you have a 50 below setting there. Other key features in the Haymaker, I'm going to switch over to the Haymaker gusset because that's what they're giving away. One of the trends that I see most folks as Americans, especially living in the Midwest, most of us have athletic calves. Okay. The opening difference to put this boot on is about 18 inches to almost 26 inches with the adjustable gusset. So when this is open, you have much more room to slip your calf in there. It's easier to slip bulky pants, your pant legs into the product. And with that adjustable gusset on those colder or those warmer days, you can flange that out and let the hot air escape, keeping your foot more regulated to the type of day you're in. So this is really a nice year-round wearing product with that adjustable gusset. So, any questions so far?
Mm-hmm.
We had one from Holly. She asked where the boots are made.
Boots are made in China. Unfortunately, with neoprene and the rubber, all that is manufactured in China. So that's where our boots are made. Unfortunately, we have yet to be able to produce our product here in the U.S. So I know China can be a bad word, but our factory does a great job from a quality standpoint, and we're very happy with what we're producing.
Okay. Any more questions? If you have any, don't be shy. Put those in the comments.
Okay.
Nothing yet. Why?
Oh, is there wide width available? That's from Sunny.
Okay, we don't do a wide width. Our product handles a triple E. Okay. My suggestion, if you have a wider foot than that, because of the neoprene, it's very expandable. Neoprene and rubber has a good stretch. Typically, if somebody has an extra wide foot, I recommend that they go up one size. Okay, that usually gives enough space in there to accommodate that wider foot. So, and definitely on the wider foot, I do suggest the gusseted style as well.
Okay. Do you suggest to go up half size or down?
If you're, for example, if you're
a half size.
if you're 9.5, I recommend go with a 10.
Okay.
Okay. I'm a true 9.5, and I have a very narrow foot. I go with a 9, and I still don't rub the very end of the boot, but I need that smaller size in order to accommodate the slimmer profile of my foot.
Okay.
So, okay.
Leanne asked the heights. What is the height of the boot again?
Okay, so on the men's tall is 16 inches tall. The mid is 12 inches tall. And then the gusset
How do they hold up?
models are 17 and a half inches tall. Okay, from a lady's perspective, our tall models and gusset models are 14 and a half inches, and the mid is 12 inches tall.
Okay.
Okay.
John asked, what about high chlorine use for a kennel? He's in Middle Georgia. Does he need a pair for hot summers and a pair for colder winters?
Okay, so we do have the product. I would recommend the Haymaker from a kennel perspective. With the real heavy chlorine, I would recommend one of our chemical resistant rubber, where we put an additive in the rubber to make it more chemical resistant. That product is stocked by Valley Vet, and that is called the Dung Ho. Okay. The Dung Ho has more of a hard surface type bottom, but it has a chemical resistant rubber additive that's been added into the midsole and in the rubber upper to make it more chemical resistant. The warmer weather boot that I would recommend is called the Mudslinger. This has 25% of the insulation that everything else has. So it's our lightest insulated product. It has no seams. It's considered a dipped rubber, to where after we form the booty, it's dipped into a rubber bath, so there's no exposed seams, and it is a chemical resistant rubber with a nice slip resistant outsole. You still have a heel kick, a steel shank in there for extra support. I wear this product when I'm doing yard work, watering pine trees, working in ditches in the summer months, and I'm fine. And I usually just wear an ankle sock and a pair of shorts, and with the gusset on here, the hot air escapes out the top. But that's called the Mudslinger Gusset, and I believe it's on sale at Valley Vet right now when you check out into the cart.
So Larry said, do they run true to size? He wears a 10 and a half or 11, depending on the brand.
Yeah, very, very true to size. If he's a 10 and a half, I would probably bump up to a size 11.
Okay. Leanne had asked what the shank is made of.
Okay, we do two types of shanks. Anything with a solid rubber bottom, it is a steel shank. Anything that has the EVA midsole, which has this bottom, we do a nylon shank because it sits better in that EVA, but both are given a lot of support. That's probably the one feature that when I'm at different events like the FFA convention or any farm related shows, when people try our product on, they can recognize more arch support in the product.
Okay.
One thing that we haven't talked about is we went through the mid height, the tall height, and the gusset height, but we also have a nice little ankle version. And we have a new boot out there called the Evolution, which is in a 6-inch ankle boot. Okay. This has a very unique bottom. So we make a couple boots. The Evolution boots are 1 pound lighter than our typical product. So in the regular Evolution Brown, this is a whole pound lighter than the Haymaker. Same features, but we do a lighter weight sole that has more energy return. The best way for me to describe it is if I make reference to like the Hoka brand tennis shoe, that overcompensating bulkier outsole. We found a way to do it in an outdoor outsole It still has your shank in it, but it's very supportive. It's very soft. It's quiet when you're walking through on gravel, through timber, but it kind of gives you more bounce to your step and more energy return. Probably the most comfortable outsole that we do, but we do it in this nice little ankle boot because not always do you need a full-fledged boot.
I think there was one
Where
about
was there? There
the
was one up
insole.
there.
Oh, Christy
Okay, there.
asked, the sole inside of the boot, is it attached or do they come out?
No, they're fitted and they are removable and replaceable. So notice it curves up the side, so it fits in there very, very tight. So
There wasn't a wide, right? Or what's
No.
that?
No wide sizes.
Triple E. Son,
Oh yeah, ask that one. I
Sonny
guess.
said you answered about wide width for men triple E. Is this width also available for women?
we just do the women's still stretches just like the men's. So it can be a wider fit. So and basically with the rubber and the neoprene, I don't know if this comes through on the camera, but you do have an enormous amount of stretch in there to accommodate the wider feet.
And you can order these through Valley Vet. So I'll share the link as soon as we're done here.
Yeah. Linda asked, are the footbeds in the boots the same for men's and women's, or are the women's footbeds styled more for a women's foot?
That's a great question. So our ladies fit is a true ladies lass. So it's a little bit narrower than the men's. And that's why we stopped that at a size 11 and started with a 6. But I even find some of the younger kids that needed an adult boot. I used to have a 9-year-old a few years ago. He had a very narrow foot, but with a 16-inch tall boot, it came up over his knees. He was a very short guy, but the men's boots, there was just too much room in there. So I actually put him in a ladies product, which was a narrower fit, and it was perfect for him. And that 14.5-inch height dropped that boot to just below his knee. Now he wears a size 13.
Yeah.
His foot, I think, literally grew in one summer from a 9 to a 13.
Oh
So,
my goodness.
yeah. Now he's over 6 foot tall or something with growth plates or what have you. So he shot up.
All right. I think that's all the questions for now.
Okay. I see somebody owns a pair. They say they're very comfortable. So
Yeah.
great. Thank you for being
A
a
lot
customer.
of people on there that say they like them.
A lot of fans.
Yep.
Awesome. I think you'll find the durability that we offer is far superior than anything else out there on the marketplace. Here's a unique sole that we do, and this is on sale right now with Valley Bet with all the snow and ice that everybody has been experiencing. We do a special sole that helps grip ice. These pods here have particles in them that etch through the ice to give you steady footing on more slippery surfaces when there's ice involved. This is a 40 below zero temperature range. It comes in a high and a mid. Both are on sale right now at Valley Vet. But it's amazing. This sole here, I've actually tested it on a driveway that is about yay steep. And it does grip. It just etches through that. It gives you a little bit extra grip so you're not slipping and sliding. And that's the Steady Yeti.
Steady Eddie.
Donna asked, is the sole heavier or thicker on the men's boots?
Same thickness, but the men's are going to be they're wider. So let's see here.
Yeah.
This is a men's 9 and a ladies 7, but you can see a much more narrower fit. If you have, as a lady, if you have a wider foot, you might try even a men's product and drop down a size.
Good questions today.
I think Larry needs to get a pair. He said he went down 3 times last week.
Leanne's headed out to catch a herd in the muck. She's gonna check out some Dryshod boots when she gets back.
It's going to be that. It's going to be a sloppy mess here for the next few weeks. I have a feeling.
Yes, it
Maybe
is.
even longer.
Yes.
So this is really our best time of the year because winter doesn't set in till it seems later and later every year. But with calving season coming up and the spring rains, you'll literally live in our product from now until sometime towards the end of April, sometimes even into May.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Does anybody else have any questions?
If I order and need a different size, how do you handle the exchange? Larry, we will get back to you on that. We will find that out for you and get an answer for you. Lauren has a pair of the Arctic Storm and she loves them.
I see somebody from Texas with
yeah.
the warmer temperatures. The biggest product that I can recommend in the Southeast, Texas, the Northwest, where it's rainy and wet, is that Mudslinger product that has only 25% of the insulation that everything else does. And that has no seams, but you still have the same comfort level as the rest of the product.
We all needed the Arctic Storm here in Kansas last week.
The other recommendation on those warmer temperatures is the ankle boots, because the ankle doesn't fit up around your calf, so all the hot air that your foot creates comes right out the top on the ankle boots.
Christina asked if there's a warranty.
We do up to a year on any manufacturer's defects. So if you get a cold crack, the sole peels away, obviously it's under normal working conditions. A worn out boot is a worn out boot. But if something goes wrong from a manufacturer standpoint, we will stand behind the product.
Okay. Okay. Brad, did you have anything else to add before we wrap up the segment today?
I think we talked about a lot of things. If you guys have questions, please get with the ladies. They have my email, my phone number. If anything unique comes up, I'm available all the time. So,
Okay. Thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Everybody try to stay warm and dry out there.
Yeah.
All right. Don't forget, right now we have the giveaway going on.
The link is in the comments, so get signed up. Maybe you could win yourself a pair.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank
All right.
you.
Thank you.